Ice hockey sticks. There are so many different versions of hockey sticks. From the height to the material, the blade shape, to the age group, to the flex point, to the flexibility of the stick. Hockey sticks come in many shapes and sizes. For over 12 years, hockey has been a relevant part of our lives, whether we watch the game or play the game. As for myself, I have used many hockey sticks, some that were very useful to me, some that were not so much. Over the years, I have grown taller than the desired height for my hockey stick, which means the stick can no longer be used. I have an intermediate stick that I will be selling to a potential buyer with an applied extension for taller kids to use when they potentially get their hands on this stick. Our negotiation pertained to discussing the sale of a used hockey stick and its price. To prepare for this negotiation, we assessed the hockey stick market and considered many different angles that pertain to receiving the most value out of our negotiation. Our interest was to sell the hockey stick at the highest possible price. As for our team goals, we were hoping to learn how to negotiate with the company and get a sale that was fairly sliced for our side. Before the negotiation, I worked on my body language to convey strength by using hand gestures, less fidgeting, and eye contact, and practiced distributive tactics by working on my tone to sound more serious and professional at the same time. For the person I am negotiating with, I would be more distributive in the start, but the buyer is more difficult to reach a deal with. I would be more integrative by trying to meet in the middle and compromising with the buyer. Now let's take a look at the stick itself. This stick is the top-of-the-line model for the year 2017 and has features of a shooting curve, a durable hockey blade gel to protect the stick from cracks in the blade when taking shots, a textured sticky grip, and a semi-rounded shaft. This stick still has some value on the market due to its scarcity. However, the stick's blade has somewhat been used and the material has been softened too much from usage, along with several puck marks and open toe on the blade. In the NHL, there is only one player that is still using this hockey stick model. The player being represented here is Jack Eichel, a professional hockey forward for the Las Vegas Golden Knights hockey organization. With that being said, let's take a look at the reasons why I will be selling this stick. After using this stick for a few seasons, I am now looking to sell it. I want to sell this stick now because I am no longer able to use an intermediate hockey stick as I have grown into the senior hockey stick range. In addition, I already own various other hockey sticks, and by owning this hockey stick, the hockey stick becomes redundant as I can only use one stick on the ice during play at any time. Also, I need to clear out my inventory in my living space as I will be moving apartment buildings and I want to keep it as clean and clear as possible. Currently, I am living at Domain College Park and I will be switching from a 2-bedroom apartment living space to a 1-bedroom apartment living space. Furthermore, this hockey stick is an older model and the latest models will be coming out in the fall. I want to be able to sell this stick before it's too late. Finally, because I am close to graduating, I will be playing ice hockey less often in my life as I am approaching to work full-time after college. With all this in mind, let's take a look at the calculations for the price of the hockey stick. So, here we have a current option for the same build of a hockey stick being presented on Sideline Swap. These sticks are right around the same price that I bought for the current stick that I own. The price that I paid for the stick was $60 and $8.64 for shipping. On the other hand, a brand new stick will cost more than double for a person to buy, as the price for the latest model will cost $339.99. This is extremely more expensive for buyers to buy because the cost of buying a brand new hockey stick will cost over 5 times the amount for buying a used hockey stick. One thing to keep in mind with both the older model hockey sticks is that these editions are used hockey sticks, so I will be selling for relatively less than the other options on the market. I will be selling my hockey stick to Play It Again Sports at the location that is closest to College Park. Given the fact that Play It Again Sports is a brand about selling used sports gear and equipment, I am more likely to have a successful sale to Play It Again Sports instead of selling it to another buyer on Sideline Swap. This is because Play It Again Sports is an expanding brand where they are looking to become a cheaper alternative for buying sports gear and equipment over the high-end retailers. In addition, Play It Again Sports can outcompete large retailers such as Amazon in the hockey sports equipment department due to having an actual inventory for consumers to choose from. After meeting with my team members, I was able to prepare myself for the negotiation. My team members helped me define what my BATNA was, the tactics that I should use, and the final offer that I should settle on. Because we were negotiating a price, we decided as a group to incorporate more distributive tactics in the beginning of the negotiation and slowly utilize integrative tactics towards the end. We believe that beginning with distributive bargaining will allow me to present myself as the leader in negotiation and that my reservation point will not budge and the buyer does not have too much authoritative power over me. Starting off with a highball offer will allow me to do this. Because this is likely to be a one-time negotiation, and I am most likely not selling to this person again, I am not too worried about using collaborative negotiations to build a relationship with the buyer. Furthermore, the company as a whole will be overseeing this negotiation, so there are little consequences for accepting or rejecting any final offer that I make, or any proposal that they make to me. Since the negotiation will be happening in person, my team members reminded me that I will not be judged on what I say, but more of what I do with my body language, and that any action I take will be noted by a buyer, where I will be put on the spot, which makes the negotiation slightly lopsided for me. Now let's take a look at the negotiation itself. Given all this information, my goal is to sell this ice hockey stick for $60. My reservation point in this negotiation is to sell for only $45. With this in mind, I will try and make an opening offer for $75 and see if they will accept or reject my initial offer. Before this negotiation, my BATNA in this negotiation is to either reject their offer and look elsewhere to sell, such as different Play It Again Sports locations, sell it on Sideline Swap, or sell it on eBay. In addition, I can simply hold onto the stick and either sell it later, closer to the hockey season in the fall, or just keep the stick as a backup stick, just in case my other stick miraculously breaks while playing. Finally, if I still want to sell my hockey stick, I can always get my hockey stick refurbished, and then I can try and sell it again. However, that would cost a lot more money to get fixed, which would only result in me earning the same amount for selling it used, plus additional costs. Because I see other alternatives on the marketplace for other hockey sticks, and hockey sticks like this one, I will initially be somewhat distributive by highballing the buyer and taking my time when deciding my options. Afterwards, if we do not reach a deal, I will look to be integrative by compromising with the buyer, as I will try to be understanding if he is unwilling to take on the burden of buying my hockey stick. I will be keeping the name of the buyer anonymous due to not wanting his face recorded, nor his name recorded. The negotiation started with me introducing myself to the buyer, and then he introduced himself to me. Then I asked if he would be willing to buy my hockey stick from me. The buyer then asked me why I was looking to sell. I responded to him saying that I am no longer needing this hockey stick. After that occurred, the buyer then agreed to negotiate the purchase of my hockey stick. This meant that he would be willing to buy the hockey stick from me. He then asked what I had in mind. I said that I'm looking to sell this hockey stick for $75. He then counteroffers with a $40 offer. Then I counteroffered with a $70 offer. Next, the buyer made an offer for $45. I rejected the offer with another counteroffer for $65. Afterward, the buyer offered $50 for the stick. Then I counteroffered with $60. Finally, the buyer made a final offer of $55 and told me to take it or leave it. After thoroughly thinking it through, I decided to accept the buyer's offer. After negotiating with the seller, I was able to agree with the buyer to Play It Again Sports to sell to the company for $55. In conclusion, my negotiation was a success. This is because my goal was to sell the hockey stick for $60, and I was able to salvage the value of my hockey stick for $55, which is a minor difference. Furthermore, this is a win-win as both sides got what they wanted after meeting in the middle. I can safely say that I myself, along with my teammates, have learned that it is much more difficult to negotiate with the business than it is with an individual person. What worked in this negotiation was that we were able to meet in the middle. As for what didn't work in this negotiation, my highball opening offer made the buyer seem a little irritated over my desire to reach a fair deal, where I earn a bigger slice of the pie. With that said, I was still able to be integrative at the same time and settle on a deal in the middle. Overall, the buyer seemed happy to now own my hockey stick. Alright, so there you have it, the negotiation of our team project. On behalf of our team, we want to thank everyone for their effort in completing the negotiation and reaching a deal.